This is Pokeball35, and welcome to Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. There was rumors earlier in the year that there would be a remaster of Plants vs. Zombies, a cult classic game, greatest game of all time, fantastic classic game from 2009. I loved playing it growing up, and there was going to be a remaster. And then it was leaked. But then it was actually confirmed to be real in a Nintendo Direct, where we got information on that. And I was like popping off. It's like, oh my god, we're getting an actual remaster of Plants vs. Zombies. And then the weeks went by. And the weeks went by. And the weeks went by. And more information about Plants vs. Zombies Replanted had surfaced. That this remaster, quote unquote, is not that good. Which I don't know how you fuck up a game that was already right there. Like, it was already right there and it was perfect, and all you had to do was just port it over and just add new content to it. Because there's been console versions of this game in the past. I never played them. And or I guess technically I never played them. And I will talk about some Plants vs. Zombies stuff as we play the game. You're saying this game sits at a ripe 49% on Steam right now. I am playing this 4 hours after this game has officially been released to the world. I think like a week ago it was like early access or something for like EA people or whatever. I don't know the whole thing about that. But with that version of the game, apparently the game was just not encrypted or anything, and you could literally just data mine the entire thing, and people were like pirating it already. So I started to find out that information like an hour after my pre-order went through. I've never pre-ordered a game on the eShop before, but I was like, for this game, there's something you get for pre-ordering the game. I'm gonna stream it on day one anyway, I may as well click the pre-order button. And then I did that, and then my pre-order went through, and then all the information that this version was terrible came out. After my $20 had already been paid for. So, this is all being streamed live at twitch.tv/Pokeball35, link in the description down below. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer. I have a very deep history with Plants vs. Zombies, and then I stopped playing it for a while, and then in 2020, I started playing Plants vs. Zombies 2 mods for the first time, and I've been playing Plants vs. Zombies 2 mods on this channel ever since. It's actually, I think it's been over 5 years now. I actually kind of want to see, let me see if I can find it. It has been over 5 years. My very first modded PvZ2 video was October 7th, 2020. So I started playing it in late September 2020. So it has been over 5 years of playing Plants vs. Zombies 2 mods on this channel. Later in December 2020, I was like, I kind of want to play the original game again now that I'm playing PvZ again. So I was a huge fan of games repainted over the years, and I played Plants vs. Zombies Repainted, which is a big meme mod for the original game, and I played that. And that now sits at the most viewed video I have ever uploaded. Aside from a meme that I made, I uploaded PvZ Repainted in 2 parts, and both parts are the most popular video I've ever uploaded, with part 2 being more popular than the part 1 by a slight amount. But I don't know if I'll ever hit those peaks again. People love Plants vs. Zombies and people love memes, but without further ado, let's open up the game and play Plants vs. Zombies Replanted for ourselves. I will talk about my history with PvZ as we play the game, but this is my first time opening the Switch 2 version. I am playing this on Switch 2. The reason why I'm playing this on Switch 2 is because I've always played other versions of the game, and I've never played a console version. I think there was an Xbox version back in the day. This game is also quite loud, I think. Let me know how the volume is, but I'm gonna lower it slightly. I never played a console version, so I was like, how does this game play on console? I don't know, so I'm gonna do that. It's also just nice to have PvZ on my Switch that I can play at all times. So, yeah. End user license agreement. Enter your name. I mean, we can go with Pokeball 35. Can I... Yeah, I can accent E from here. Why do I have 144 characters for this? Alright. Yeah, continue. So it sure is Plants vs. Zombies. The last time I played Plants vs. Zombies 1 was PvZ Repainted. I have not played PvZ 1 since, so this is a good excuse for me to play the game at least. I want to lower this volume here. Game's just like way too loud. And then I can boost it in OBS again, and then we'll see how that is. Alright, now this sounds about right. So yeah, all we've got right now is just starting the game. So let's play Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. It is the game. So how do you play this on console? Okay, so you move it around and press the button. Gotcha. Already, it is happening. And use L and R to select your different plants. Gotcha. Understood. This game also has a fast-forward button, which it's not letting me press. I'm pressing L. It says press L to fast-forward. Also... Okay, yeah, there we go. So I pre-ordered the game, and there's some outfits you can do. I pre-ordered the game for Retro Pea-Shooter skin. Embrace nostalgia with Retro Pea-Shooter skin. It doesn't place if you... It doesn't change the pea-shooters you already have on the lawn. But they make the sound effects. Wow, that sure is Retro Pea-Shooter skin, alright. Even though there's literally like an 8-bit sprite of a pea shooter in PvZ2 they could have just ripped, but you know. It sure is. So the thing about Plants vs. Zombies Replanted here is there is a lot wrong with this version, and if you're an astute PvZ aficionado like myself... Or is it clicking in the left stick? Okay. So if you... What's the word I'm looking for? If you listen to the music of the game, what is happening here is that Plants vs. Zombies has dynamic music, and Laura Shigihara composed the music to be dynamic as you play the game, so when bigger hordes of zombies come up, it has these drums kick in, and has the normal grass walk play otherwise. What they have done here is that they just fucking made the game the drums version the entire time. Also, I don't have the shovel yet, so I can't dig this up. Unoptimal gameplay here. Screw it, I guess we're doing that. The Switch 2 version doesn't have the Day 1 patch. According to this, I am playing on version 1.1.0 and not 1.0. So... if 1.1.0 is not a Day 1 patch, I don't know what is. The thing I was about to say as well is... speeding up the game speeds up the music. there are things I want to say, and I don't know how to say them. I have not played PvZ1 in 5 years, and the reason why I haven't is because I don't want to play PvZ1 again, because the game is too slow. Like, especially within the first, like, 2 worlds of the game, like, World 1 and 2, with the backyard and night backyard. Or I guess this is front yard, the night front yard, and normal front yard, Worlds 1 and 2, etc. The game, let's put on these other things just to see them. Sunglasses zombie, retro zombie, achievement, toggle the retro zombie skin for the first time, achievement, toggle the head crab zombie for the first time. Can I turn all of them on? Wow. So retro, everybody. So, the other thing I want to say is, why does it do this? Why does the game speed up the... It switches between different types of zombies, which I guess is cool. Why does the speed up button speed up the music? You're just gonna be hearing sped up grass walk like the entire time I'm playing this game. Imagine if in Plants vs. Zombies 2 the speed up button sped up the music. Why does it speed up the music here? Like, I'm glad this game has a speed up button. It's what I've always wanted for Plants vs. Zombies. But why does it do that? They fixed that on the Steam version, supposedly. We'll see. I don't know. There's a zombie target on the top of the house. One of the other major things that this version has is that it, quote-unquote, remasters the graphics. Yeah, listen to those noises. Yeah. Are those good noises that you're hearing right now? And yeah, so the quote-unquote remastered graphics is AI upscaled. Which, AI upscaling is not the worst thing in the world. Other games do that. Like, for example, Pikmin 1 and 2 on Nintendo Switch. They have AI upscaled HD graphics. I don't think it looks that bad. It's just not, you know, the most ideal thing in the world. It's just that, in this game, I've seen some examples of it looking pretty bad. Anyway. Greetings, neighbor. The name's Crazy Dave. But you can just call me Crazy Dave. Listen, I've got a surprise for you. But first, you need to clear your lawn. Use your shovel and dig up those plants. Let the digging commence. Press and hold the B to dig up a plant. Oh goody, now for the surprise. We're going bowling. Take this walnut. Why'd I put a walnut in your hand? Because I'm crazy. Now go bowl me a winner. I guess we get to listen to Loon Boon. What about, like, Fast Loon Boon? Yeah, we gotta get the big stuff. We gotta get the big stuff. There gotta be big guys on the big man has the ball. Get on the field. I'm waiting for the big man. There's not enough zombies for the big one. Come on, more zombies. More zombies. Look at that. Do I not get the big one? Sad. No achievement for me. Yeah, a bug with the roof cleaners also has to be fixed. The thing about this as well is that this game is, you know, has been available for over a decade. So I don't know how some of these bugs even exist in the first place. I'd say something I don't like about the console versions, that I knew this existed in the Xbox version, but they want to, since because of you have a fuller screen, they want to hide the zombies coming onto the screen. So they have like this big hedge in the way. So you sput out. Also, it's not making the achievement noise either. Let's turn off the stuff now. I think we've seen enough of it. Now we can get some nut. Pole vault. Okay. I guess you could just do that. That's fine too. I mean, I guess the bush is fine. Just not my favorite thing in the world. I'd rather not have it there. Because I like that they're coming from the street normally. What I really am happy about, at the very least, is just the speed-up feature existing in the first place. Hey, look, it's a $5 plant. Like, a typical playthrough of Plants vs. Zombies for me takes, like, 5 hours. And this is going to cut that entire time in half. It doesn't even tell me what level I'm on, unless the wave comes. Okay, yeah, we're already on 1-7. And it's been maybe, like, 10 minutes or something. So, having the speed up in PvZ1 makes me very happy. This would, if I ever, you know, play PvZ1 again otherwise, this would be the version that I play, just for the fact that the game is sped up. I have a potato mine. Let me talk about Plants vs. Zombies a bit. I have been a big fan of Plants vs. Zombies for probably, like, well over 10 years now. When mobile gaming was first new, I did not have an iPhone. I had a very basic flip phone. It was, like, red, and you could, like, slide it up, and it had the keyboard there. And I played some very basic mobile games, like Tetris, and something else, I don't remember. But I was always obsessed with wanting an iPhone in the future as a kid. And I think at one point I had an iPod Touch, if I remember that correctly, later on down the line. But I had a friend in middle school, and he had an iPod Touch, I believe. And Plants vs. Zombies was on that. Also, by the way, how loud is the game compared to me? Does the game need to be turned down at all? I'm always paranoid about that. Like, before I say more things, I just want to make sure that the game is good enough. Honestly, for my own curiosity, I'm just gonna lower it, like, a little bit. I'm seeing the levels in OBS, and it was definitely too loud. Except now it's too quiet because the sound effects are too loud, so let's do that. Maybe something like that'll work, I don't know. And 2 rows of sunflower, 2 columns of sunflowers, 1,300 sun. But I had a friend in middle school who had Plants vs. Zombies, and I'd watch him play it, and I always was obsessed with how the game looked and stuff, and it looked like a really fun game to play. Eventually, later down the line, I believe it was Toys R Us, had a physical copy of... We don't even need Chomper, this is still fine. Had a physical copy of Plants vs. Zombies on the DS. And that is how I played PvZ growing up, is that I still have the DS version. I've even considered emulating the DS version to stream sometime in the future, but now it's been 5 years and I haven't done that yet, so I don't know if I will, especially now that this is out with the thing. But even in an emulator, you can get speed up and it'll be fine. But the DS version was still the same game. I kind of want to replay the DS version on my own now. It's the same game, but all the sprites are completely different because they have to, you know, fit on the DS and be different. So I was very used to how that stuff looked. They had the same version on DSiWare. I never had a DSi growing up. All my friends upgraded to a DSi. I never got a DSi because I heard rumors. I listened to some like gaming podcasts that my dad would put on in the car, and I heard rumors in one of those podcasts that there was a 3DS in the works, and I was like, you know what? Instead of getting the DSi, I'm just gonna wait for the 3DS, and that's what I did, and the 3DS ended up being a real thing. So I never got PvZ on DSiWare, but it's literally the same game. They just sold it separately as a physical release. But then I became a huge fan of PvZ from that, and I was so excited for Plants vs. Zombies 2 upon release. I played PvZ 2 on release day. Like, that's how dedicated of a guy I was back then. I was so excited later down the line to play PvZ 2, and I played all the way through all 3 worlds. Ancient Egypt, Pirate Seas, Wild West back in the day. Even when the game had, like, the old, like, 3-star system. Honestly, just get rid of Pea-Shooter and we'll just stall for Repeater. It'll be fine. DSiWare doesn't have puzzles and survival. Interesting. So it's a big shame to see what PvZ has become over the years, in my opinion. Because I was a huge fan of 1, and I did play 2, and I continually played 2 very regularly, even when up until Modern Day had released in PvZ 2, and then pretty much after Modern Day came out and I finished that, that's when I really put PvZ 2 down. I never really played anything else besides that in that game. You being there is not nice. But they have completely changed PvZ 2 from what it originally was, and it has that whole plant leveling system, and even more microtransactions than normal. I did, as a kid, I always wanted to have, like, the most stuff. Even on, like, Minecraft servers, like Mineplex back in the day, I bought ranks, I bought, like, currency and stuff from Mineplex back in the day. So I definitely did buy a lot of the premium plants with, like, iTunes gift cards I got for, like, my birthday or Christmas, which is 2 days apart, by the way. I was born December 27th, so I get Christmas and then birthday right afterwards. And just put even more repeaters down, why the hell not? I've watched so many Let's Plays of Plants vs. Zombies over the years as well. Hello, we are about to launch an all-out attack on your house. Sincerely, the zombies. And do I want to speed this song up? Honestly, it kind of goes hard sped up. I don't care about normal pea shooters or putting those up there. I feel like I already have this too high. I think for this level I have them too high. So nice all these repeaters right away. Start putting these up here. Get rid of these, we don't even need them. Have that. I'll let you hear the normal song though. I watched many playthroughs of Plants vs. Zombies over the years. One of the first ones I ever watched was from Danebo, who was the Annoying Orange creator. She used to have, I don't know if she still has it, she had a Let's Play channel back in the day. And I watched Danebo play Plants vs. Zombies. Whenever a cherry bomb would explode, she'd always go, Howie! And I remember that distinctly. As like a youngin'. Here, have even more nut. Put all this stuff here. It's clogging up the inventory. Pikmin 251. Yeah, I've always loved the remix of this in 251. Alright, well, you heard the song. What is RNG, man? Really? Get all this stuff out of here. Really, just place all of it, who cares? Alright, let me see if I can get the cherry bomb thing here. This is typically the level I get it on. Yep. Take out 10 full-size zombies with a single cherry bomb. It's funny that the game just does not have the achievement noise at all. And there's Puff Shroom. Evening, Chandler. Those zombies just won't let up, will they? You'll notice that fighting zombies at night is different than day. For one, you won't get any sun falling from the sky. You can still get sun from sunflowers, though. And lucky for you, you got yourself some Puff Shrooms. Plant as many as those as you can and you'll be A-oh good. Alright, let's Puff Shroom it up. Actually, let me go main menu really quick. Achievements are over here, so we can see all these. These should be all the same achievements. I will be going for these. Complete a daytime level by planting only mushrooms and coffee beans. That's late game. There is some new achievements for the new stuff added in this remaster, this quote-unquote remaster. Oh, look, they still got the bookworm there. That's fun. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I wanted to get the walnut bowling one, but I did not. We can get that later. I'm trying to remember, is there something, accumulate 8,000 sun during a single level? I think is a new one. I don't remember that one. Do we still have we have the Bejeweled? Do we have the Hold of China? Still scrolling. Peggle. Yep. Still have all that stuff. And come on. Yep, there's the whole of China. That's new, though. What are they holding? Discover China. Okay, well that's actually new. Is this the goddamn China world from, like, the Chinese version of PvZ 2? It's a whole ass thing. Alright, you know what? That actually caught me off guard. I was not expecting that. Let's do that. And I'll just go with repeaters. Oh, I can only plant in the potted plant, in the flower pots, like a roof level. Okay. Well, this is all we got. We got 3 columns and that's it. Stupid that it just plays Grass Walk, IMO. I feel like there should have been some new music for this. Get more sunflowers out. Pole vault, they're coming in. We could totally take them out, right? The Great Wall. I've got this under control. No, there was money there. Playing in speed up is actually bad because if money drops, we can't collect it right away. If you're like on the other side of the field. Is there a way to... Oh, cursor speed. Let's do that. There we go. Maybe lower it a little bit down. That actually helps. That's good. Instead of walnuts, I'm just going to place more repeaters down. They never... 3 columns of repeaters never hurt anybody. 'Cause that's a football zombie. Nope, that still works. Alright. I didn't need to dig that up. Oh, and we have bungees. Well, that was neat. You have most triumphantly fended off the zombie attack. Again. There wasn't even an achievement for that. It didn't show up with one anyway. I'm pretty sure in old PvZ there was an achievement for digging a hole to China. And then, that's just not here. It even has a whole bonus level and it's not actually a thing. I'm trying to see, is there... What I was trying to see here is if there's a nighttime achievement. I don't think there's an achievement for nighttime. Not that I'm seeing right here. Like, I'm seeing a lot of the new things. But I'm not seeing... Because, like, that would be up here. Because I'm seeing, like, complete a daytime level by not using any sunflowers, and then doing the pool levels without using any pea shooters. But I don't think there's a night one, so I think we're fine. There's a level select, which is neat. Anyway. Why can I speed that up? Alright, then let's do this. And go. This can be back here, but the puff shrooms can be, like, up here. And eventually the economy will build up. At least for me, personally, I've always liked listening to songs sped up or slowed down. So, in the grand scheme of things, the music being sped up here doesn't bother me that much. I just think it's kind of strange that it's a feature. Do that and then get a walnut there. But with the game being sped up by 2.5 times, I think we'll get to more than just the main adventure today. Put it in Discord or something. I can look at it. Hey, you've collected, $820 in coins so far. When you collect 750, I'll sell you something really neato. Why is there cents here? There's no cents in this game originally. It doesn't have 00 in the original. It was confusing me for a moment. Also, why does Sunshroom look like that? Like, the art for Sunshroom's, like, way too big. It's showing the fully grown Sunshroom and not the small Sunshroom. Get rid of you. Give me that. Weird. It's also not centered properly, but I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't remember if that was in the original or not. So another thing for this game is we heard the drums only version of Grasswalk before, and I'm fairly certain that this version of the game just doesn't even have like the it's only the basic version of the of Moongrains, which I believe is the song Moongrains. So like the drums would always like it would have like a big like marching band kind of thing going on in the original. Get a repeater up here. There we go. And then we're kind of just good here. And then I can start getting repeaters and nuts. Give me all that money. I think because I did the Great Wall of China bonus level, I have more coins than I'm supposed to right now. Alright, well we are more than okay right now. But imagine again if I was playing this on base speed, like this is normal Plants vs. Zombies speed where you already have your full defense out, and you still have to wait like another 3 minutes for the level to be over, which is why I'm very glad that this exists. I never played a lot of the shooter games growing up. My computer used to be very bad. I used to have a very bad computer. And I had actually pre-ordered Garden Warfare. I had, like, the special version of Garden Warfare, where you got, like, a Chester Cheetah Chomper or something. And I was like, I want this, and I got the special version of that. And my computer ran Garden Warfare at the lowest possible settings at, like, 5 frames. Like, I'm not even kidding. So I just never got to play it. There was one time... Well, first, you want to buy an extra seat slot? It'll cost you $7.50, but you'll be able to choose 7 seats at a level instead of 6. Alright. Hey, and when you save up $5,000, I'll sell you an 8-seat slot upgrade. Check you later. I was at my cousin's house one time, and I don't remember exactly why I was there. I think my dad was, like, checking up on something, but, like, my cousins weren't actually around, so I was, like, the only person in the house. And I remember going to their computer and installing, like, the launcher for the game and playing Garden Warfare, like, actually legitimately playing the game for, like, a couple hours. So I realistically only ever played Garden Warfare 1 for maybe, like, anywhere between 5 and 10 hours total, but I think 10 hours is even being too generous for that. I never got to play Garden Warfare 2 for the exact same reasons, and a lot of people say Garden Warfare 2 was, like, the best one, so I really missed out on that, which was a shame. But I did play Battle for Neighborville. My friend Gamma had bought it for me, and she bought it for herself, and we played it together for a little bit. And I did stream Battle for Neighborville a couple times. I meant to actually, like, play, like, the rest of the single player in that game, and then I never ended up actually doing that. So kind of sad that I missed out on that. We should also be getting fume shrooms. Bro, should not be there. I actually want to slow the game down so I can actually start planting these. So I really wish I got to experience why Garden Warfare 2 is the best one. I feel like at some point I watched, like, a deep dive video on, like, why the game is good. But I also don't remember anything about that, so maybe I didn't watch one. I probably should. I also did play some PvZ Heroes when that was first new, and I really enjoyed that. I played that for a while, but my phone at the time was running out of space, so I deleted the game off my phone. And then when I finally got a new phone to be able to, like, play the game again, my save data was just not there. So then I stopped playing the game. I don't know why my save data just wasn't there, because it's supposed to be saved to some fancy schmancy cloud technology or whatever. But that never happened. I still have my original save file for PvZ2. I got a new phone recently. Like, another new phone recently. Because the last phone I had was 6 years ago. So my mom recently upgraded everyone's phones. And I did reinstall PvZ2, and my save file is still there. I'm not going to be, like, a religious player of PvZ2 anymore. I boot it up, like, once every 6 months just to see what's changed, but I'd rather just stick to playing the mods that I play. Because the mods that I play are just infinitely better than playing vanilla PvZ2. Also, my light is not bright enough. There we go. I think I do own, like, one of the PvZ comics somewhere in this room. I think it's in a drawer back there. There used to be, like, a comic book shop close to me. And they always have, like, a thing called, like, Free Comic Book Day, and there's, like, I think it's, like, a thing that's, like, global. I don't know how it works. But that's always been a thing, and I think that was, like, a free comic book for Free Comic Book Day or something. You can start busting these graves. You know what they say about bustin'. You actually need a nut of some kind. We're gonna start getting fume shrooms out. Because of how much content I play in modded PvZ2 settings, it kind of feels like PvZ1 is, like, really small now in comparison. Especially when you're playing, like, Reflourish, when it's, like, the entirety of vanilla PvZ2, which is, like, a couple hundred levels. Please let me place that. Because if you go back to PvZ1, PvZ1 is only 50 levels. You wanna know how much 50 levels is in PvZ2? That's like 2 worlds. Like, that's the amount of, like, 2 worlds in that game. And some repeaters out for fun. These walnuts are gonna bother me. Get that down. Get that as well. And we will be out of here in no time. Just out of curiosity. I'm wondering if that affects, like, screen door zombies or whatnot. We can speed this up more. I don't think it does. And Retro Pea Shooter does not affect repeater at all. Just curious. And there's the Suburban Almanac. Keeps track of all the plants you encounter. Ever play a game called Whack-A-Zombie? Crazy Dave just doesn't have his voice clips here. It's like hunting squirmos. You know, those furry little rodents that dig holes in your lawn? Yeah, just like that, but instead of squirmos, it's zombies. Instead of a shovel, it's a mallet. And instead of me, it's you! I'm gonna turn, like, the cursor speed up to the max. It's the Y button to use the mallet for some reason. Really? They're doing more things here. Don't click whatever that is. There's a bunch of bots that show up in Twitch chats and have scams, and I block all of them from showing up in the chat, but then they eventually get new links, and then they avoid my bans. So I'm gonna quickly ban that. Get out of here. We're good now. Play it on super hard mode. I actually kind of like playing this on a console. I feel like controlling this on a console is a lot more smooth than I thought it would ever be. And I like playing this sped up. This is good. Oh no. Alright, slow it down a little bit. No, I didn't want to collect the Hypno Shroom yet. I wanted to get money from the graves. Alright, well, there's Hypno Shroom. And then we got football. That'll be good for me. Actually, instead of you, probably want, like, Chomper. Realistically. Didn't mean to place that there, but okay. So I'm quite curious as to why this remaster had to release when it did. Because of all of these bugs and other things in the game that people don't like are known features that, like, that people want to avoid. This game doesn't have a physical release to coincide with it. It is a digital download on a digital storefront. So they very obviously could have completely just waited to release this. Because what it feels like right now is that their strategy for this game is release this game in a stupid broken mess. Quote-unquote broken. It's not entirely broken, there's just a lot wrong with it, is like the main problem. I don't know why I put this stuff so far back when I don't have any other shooters like this. Like, I didn't really need to do that. Let me get a nut here. Final wave already. I have one of those. Didn't realize this one was only one flag. Yomp. Didn't I play a PvZ2 mod that had Scaredy Shroom in it? Because I actually don't remember. I feel like I did at one point. Alright, this can go back here for now. Scaredy Shroom is definitely a plant I underrated as a kid. I don't feel like I ever used it properly, and then as a grown person, I use it a lot more effectively. Have a Scaredy Shroom. I'm gonna get these in more spots. Dig up more stuff. And then start getting fume shrooms out. And start digging up the graves. Do that to make it more convenient. You're gonna be hearing pretty much every song in this game sped up. Dig up the puff shrooms, get more fume shrooms out. At least with the bushes, it shows you where they're coming from beforehand. Alright, we can speed this up more. And now I can just kind of spam fume shrooms for fun. Wasn't there supposed to be a football zombie? Why do you show up at the very end of the level? You can barely even notice when the Horde theme was even supposed to play at all, because the wave ends so quick. Alright, there's Disco. Let's just go with this. I'll be getting the Disco Achievo. I'm gonna get the sun shrooms out first. And I can worry about other stuff after. We're gonna do one of those. Oh no, wait. Alright, well that's a bad... Fuck. Well... I need to wait for another one to show up. I can't believe that guy showed up like that. I need to break these for sun, or for coin purposes. Alright, this guy needs to get out of the way, and then I can hit him with the thing. There we go. Disco is undead. Hypnotize a disco zombie, and then put one of these down. And then Doom Shroom. This is still basic as can be. Instead of this, let's go with that. Yeah, and then I can put these in the back. I'm enjoying the speed up more than I thought I would be enjoying the speed up, which I knew I enjoyed the speed up, but I definitely enjoy the speed up. If we were playing this normally, I'm just now getting to, like, about an hour into playing the game. Like, probably at the end of the next level, it'll be like an hour of playing the game, and we'd already be done with World 2. If we were playing it not sped up, it would take, like, an hour just to get to, like, halfway through World 2, if not, like, the very end of World 1, normally. Alright, let's start getting fume shrooms and grave busters. Put one of those there for good measure. I know I don't have things to talk about all the time while playing PvZ. I feel like the gameplay will speak for itself. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, you'll know with all the PvZ2 mod stuff I play, I'm not speaking, like, all the time. Do that, and Doom Shroom. Goodbye. Oh, that was only flag 1. Alright, well, now we wait even more. This is why the speed up is here. Imagine if we already had the full defense out at the end of the first flag, and then we had to play the game like this, you know? Very thankful for what we have. They did recently add speed up to PvZ1, of all things, like the actual, like, original mobile version of PvZ1. But now the PvZ1 mobile version, like, super sucks. And there's, like, ads all over the place. Like, after every level, you have to watch an ad. And in order to even get the speed up in the first place, you have to pay, like, a $7 a month subscription. Or some shit like that. It's like, what are we even doing here? Huge wave of zombies is approaching. And goodbye. The other music's still playing. Hello, we would like to visit for a midnight snack. How does ice cream and brain sound? And now it's time for the all-out night attack. I'll put you all the way back there for fun. Yeah, ice shroom. Yeah, ice shroom. Yeah, okay. That's what we really want to be doing right now. The scaredy shroom's in the back. Not one of those. We never hypnotize those things. I don't want these ice shrooms, man. I'm just gonna fucking dump them. I don't want them. I'm not gonna lie, chat. This song sped up to 2.5 times kinda goes hard. This song always went hard, but like, it just sounds cool, sped up. Something that's nice about playing this on a console is that you can actually like go through your plants a lot quicker than you would with a mouse. I still prefer to play PvZ with a mouse, but this is a fun alternative. I wanted to do this because it would be a different kind of experience for me, and it sure is. Here they come, and here they go. Lily pad. Again, no voice clips. Looks like the zombies gave up attacking your front yard. Now they're trying your backyard. And to top it all off, you can't even use your mushrooms, because they fall asleep during the day. Well, isn't that just dandy? We will be going for early game, don't pee in the pool. I think if I don't place a pea shooter, it's fine. Like, I think I can still have a pea shooter in my inventory, but as long as I don't place it. So here's the other thing. The night levels didn't have the Horde music, but Grasswalk had only the Horde music. And the same thing for Watery Graves here. The Watery Graves only has the Horde music for whatever reason. I don't know how they came up with this decision and how they fucked it up that bad. Have a nut, have a chomper. Think it's just a bug? I don't know. It's hard to tell what's intentional and what's not intentional with this. Get your nuts. Place it down, and we're good. Do this and that. And there we go. The squash! Achievement, don't pee in the pool. Complete a daytime level without using any pea shooters. Fantastic. Squash has always been, probably my favorite plant in this entire game. I just had always loved being able to squish anything I want. And it always did fantastic damage to so many different things. This'll be fine. I don't know if I want Potato Mine if I've got Squash. So, like, I always would be carrying Squash in every build. Crushma. There was a meme that went around a couple years ago of a video of a person saying very nonsensical things and calling the squash the angry pumpkin. For a fun fact for you, that video is actually AI generated. At least the voice, it's an AI generated voice. It's not a real person saying that, in case you didn't know that. Because we live in such a society now. Mini games. So back when I played PvZ Repainted 5 years ago, I never played the mini games to that, just because I didn't want to at the time, and then I never went back and did it. And I feel like I should go back and do that, because that's just like free content right there. So maybe I'll do that. I feel like anyone who watches those videos still get views, like, regularly every day, like a couple hundred a day. Like, it's actually insane how popular those still are. But this will be my first time playing these mini games again in well over 5 years, because I didn't play them 5 years ago. Wave of zombies is approaching, and they're gone. I think the only thing Squash can't necessarily one-shot is Gargantuars. That's a two-shot. Now we have Three-Peter. I don't feel like I've ever been a fan of Three-Peter. Like, yeah, it's cool, and it'll shoot in multiple lanes. I really like what PvZ2 Reflourished did to Three-Peter and made it so that if you place it at the top of a lane, it'll just be a repeater on the top and bottom lanes. Otherwise, I kind of just don't care about placing repeaters or Three-Peters down, like, at all. They've never been anything I actually care about. Have a squash. Sometimes it is a little bit cumbersome to swap between your plants. You have to mash the button to get the stuff over unless you play on, like, normal speed, which I don't want to play on normal speed. I didn't place that there. Stop that. I guess that's just gonna be like that. I can wait. I don't know why I put that there. I didn't put that there. That's my cursor speed coming into play. I do like that if you're hovering over a particular tile, the game will snap to that tile. But we can kind of just do repeaters. Go. Here, I have an idea. That sounds really funny and cool to do. Just sit here a bit. Just fill out the whole board. How you do it. Be in torment. Like, there's no reason to not do this. Especially with the speed up. Imagine doing this on normal speed. There we go. 8,000 sun. Alright, goodbye. Text on top of the plant section looks hard to read. It's supposed to say Bloom and Doom Seed Co. However, they AI upscaled the text and it looks like shit. and you can't read it. This is fun. There's some other problems with this game that I would like to talk about when they become relevant, but right now they're not relevant, so I'd like to live in ignorance is bliss mode until then. Like, so far my impressions of playing this on Switch 2, I don't hate this. Like, it is functionally, it is Plants vs. Zombies. Like, obviously there's many things that could be better about this, but, like, it's working. I always have to think of the mind of the general consumer. Of people who just do not give a shit about most things. Like, there's people out there, the reason why Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sold so well is, one, it is a good game, but also, the general consumer did not care that the game ran at, like, 20 frames a second. This level's also 3 flags. Like, levels like this are the reason why I haven't played PvZ in 5 years. I know I keep bringing it up, but again, this is the pace of the original game, and this is 3 flags, and I have 2 columns of repeaters which solves the whole level, and I have to sit here and wait. I'm sorry for repeating myself a bunch, but I can't stress that enough. He once fell through the map in Scarlet and Violet and ran around and found other spots instead of doing the actual game. I did try and get out of bounds when I played that game. I don't think I was successful, but I have seen many videos of people flipping out of bounds. At least with the Switch 2 update to Scarlet and Violet, that game is just incredible. Like, if you're playing that for the first time with the Switch 2 update, you will see, like, no problems. Like, that game is so good with the Switch 2 update. Like, I've gone back and occasionally just walked around the region. Like, I did a big video exploring the Switch 2 update when the Switch 2 update dropped, and I don't want to make another Pokemon Violet video because I don't need to. But I would occasionally just open up the game and just kind of walk around, and, like, walk around Area 0. And because the spawn rates are so high on the Switch 2 version, just walking around for a couple of minutes will just give you a shiny Pokemon. Like, without any sandwiches whatsoever, any shiny boosting sandwiches, I found just a couple shinies throughout Area 0. Like, without any... Like, when I was streaming shiny hunting in that game, I had 2 3-star shiny fire sandwiches for shiny Iron Moth, and they never showed up. And then just playing on the Switch 2 version with no sandwich active whatsoever, I found a shiny Iron Moth. It still took a little bit for it to show up because Iron Moth was spawning alongside every other Pokemon in Area 0. But I got a couple extra shinies there. Hey, you found my car key! You know what that means. Crazy Dave's 20-day keys is open for business. Also, this is the wrong song. This is the wrong song that's playing right now. I used to always buy the garden rake because it was 200 coins and would instantly kill the first zombie on the field, but now it's just like, I kinda don't care. I just never buy the garden rake anymore. But also, do I get the seed slot? Or do I actually get something cool? I think I'm such a gamer at this game. I played PvZ2 Requiem and Resonance, and those games have like 6 seed slots only. So, let's fuck around with the Twin Sunflower. Why not? Yeah, I don't need an 8th seed slot right now. And the pool cleaners, I also don't need to spend money on that. There's also just no sound effects for switching the shop slots in the car at all, which is super cool. What do you think about the zombie process? Sometimes it makes them come out real little. Real little and real mean. Defend your shins. Pokemon Legends ZA. I've always liked Zombie Nimble, Zombie Quick. This is a fun mode. The DS version of PvZ did not have this minigame. I don't think. It had something else. It had like a minigame where like your plants were like super big or something. I don't fully remember. Something along those lines. I'm really enjoying Pokemon Legends ZA so far. Just that the videos for it will be coming out a lot slower. I mean, between the 2 streams I've done of the game so far, I have so much footage already. So, like, stuff that I streamed, like, 2 days ago, you're not gonna see for, like, 2 weeks from now. Probably. Can I actually get some fucking pea shooters? Hello? Pea shooters. Thank you. I mean, I guess they can all line up and I can explode them all. Like, that's still fine. Now the zombies are too quick. I don't think I've ever played this before where I have, like, no pea shooters. What is this terrible RNG for this minigame? Hey, well, if you didn't have the destroy 10 zombies with 1 cherry bomb achievement by now, there you go. The jalapeno, why does it look like that? I mean, I guess that's fine. It's just, like, the top part of its lips don't look right. Like, it's showing, like, the inside of the lip, but also the teeth at the same time. I don't remember the jalapeno looking like that. No, I guess it did. I guess it did look like that. I'm just used to the way it looks in PvZ2 so much more. Fair enough. And let's just do the same thing we have been doing. The thing I have seen, the Twin Sunflower, I think looks like shit. I'm gonna need to see a comparison between the original. I'm pretty sure that looks terrible. Like, once we get a Twin Sunflower out, I'm gonna, like, get a picture of the original Twin Sunflower. Then you will just die to squash. This is also back in the day when the Twin Sunflower and the Gatling Pea were upgrades to plants. and you had to plant them on top of existing sunflowers, which I almost kind of still prefer in a way, but not really. I'm gonna pause the game and look at Twin Sunflower PVZ. I mean, I guess it looked crusty in the original. Let me unpause. Yeah, it feels like there's a lot more petals on the Twin Sunflower than there's supposed to be. I placed that wrong. Like, looking at an image of this up close with that, it feels like there's like twice as many petals on the Twin Sunflower than normal. Let's at least get those out. I placed it wrong, but it still turned out okay. Then we can put that there. I'm sure we'll get more coinage. And be fine. We can boost it to 2.5 times. So there's the Zamboni. There we go. I feel like it really is just better to use the repeaters instead of repeater. I feel like I should wait to see the zombie bobsled team. Alright, zombie bobsled team didn't want to come out, but we have spikeweed now. And then spikeweed can come with... Yeah, bring all these things and then not actually bring an attacker. That sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a great plan to me, honestly. Give me that. I still want the other thing. Alright, no twin sun. We don't need it. We were getting so much sun without it, too. I bought it just 'cause. Put you back there. And we are solving the level, is what we're doing. I have a fantastic idea. Fantastically stupid idea that I have planned. Just to flex on the game and say that I'm better than it. Which is to say, I don't have anything to fight this thing right now. Because I'm not placing sunflowers down. let's actually, like, slow this down for just a second. That. The game is harder because I was not placing things down. Squash! Oh, another Let's Play I used to watch of this game back in the day was from Nintendo Capri Sun. He did a PvZ Let's Play that I watched a lot when I was a kid. And he coined a term that I don't know if it's ever been a term otherwise, but it's something I still think about to this day. But the term TSPP, Temporary Solution to Permanent Problem, which he described that as like the squash and the cherry bomb and the jalapeno and stuff, because he wanted it as a temporary solution to your permanent problem of fighting off the zombies. And I just always think about that. I always think about TSPP when playing this game. I would playing PvZ in general. Like, that term has never left my head. Anyway, the plan is that I want to place nothing but Spikeweed down. Just for fun. I just want to listen to the music. I feel like if this music being sped up is like patched out, I would prefer to have it actually be an option to have the music be sped up or not, but I doubt they're going to change that. Like, if they patch it out, they'll probably just make the music normal. Alright, well, everything is Omega dead. Alright, cool bobsled, everybody. Great job, you did it. And there's Torchwood. Kinda wish I actually bought the, Gatling Pea instead. I think that would be fun to mess around with right now. 2 columns of Gatling Peas with a Torchwood, they don't stand a chance. But that is not what I did. Yeah, then let me not grab Sunflower, you know? Let me be, like, really smart and not grab Sunflower. I don't think we need that. You know, if I bought the 8th seed slot, I'd be able to place it there. This is not the optimal spot for my Sunflower to be in my deck. I'm gonna scroll through all this. Squash that. We will get to see 3 Peter be used in the conveyor belt level in 2 levels from now. I really like the look Torchwood has in PvZ 2. I feel like I may have talked about this recently, but I can't remember. I love the way PvZ2 looks. Like, that is, like, as much as an iconic as the art style in PvZ1 is, I think PvZ2 clears it, like, every day. Like, the way PvZ2 looks is just too good. That is my favorite art style for Plants vs. Zombies. And I hate that they feel like they need to change everything for each game. Like, PvZ3 looks like it's going in a good direction now in terms of gameplay and art style, because it used to be really bad. And I am excited to play what PvZ3 is once it actually fully releases. I feel like PvZ3 is the new Deltarune Silk Song of the game that is just never coming out. But it is in, like, early access right now, as it has been for a while. But they've definitely fixed up a lot of things recently. Tall nut. Big nut. I kind of don't care about the torchwood necessarily. I think this is still fine. And yeah, and like World 3 is so long because of the longer flags. If I go back to my Repainted, because I had the stuff split into two parts, like PvZ Repainted Part 1 is 2.5 hours, PvZ Repainted Part 2 is 3.5 hours. Just because all the levels in the game just get longer and longer after like 3.5, and we're gonna start seeing like 2 and 3 flag levels like only from here on out. I feel like I'm too used to the chaos of all the PvZ2 mods I've been playing for the last 5 years, considering the first mod I ever played was Eclipse. That, like, basic PvZ almost seems like too basic for me now. I remember when I thought this game was incredibly hard. Go down there. This can go here. The challenge I'm getting from this is trying to micromanage with the speed up at this point. We get it to 2.5 times here. After the next level, I'm gonna need to BRB for a couple minutes. At the time I'm playing this, my parents are out of town for the weekend, going to visit family. And I need to take care of the cats, and I have to go feed cats. So after the next level, once we hit Fog Town, I need to go do that. Anyway, they just don't stand a chance. Here, just for fun. Turn those back on, just so you can get some variety. So retro. I kind of like the Ducky Tube spray. Hello, we heard you were having a pool party. We think that is fun. We'll be right over. Look at them all. Alright, it's time for 3-Peter to do stuff. I also don't like the way 3-Peter looks in this game at all. 3-Peter looks so much better in PvZ2. This has always been an iconic conveyor level, though. I'd always complain in some of the mods that I'd play that the conveyor belt levels aren't good in some of the mods because they're just, like, way too dependent on RNG to actually get the plants that you need out of the conveyor belt. Classic conveyor belt levels have always been, you get overpowered stuff consistently because it's meant to be a power trip as a final level. And a lot of mods that I play don't understand that. Or didn't understand that. There's the zombie bobsled team. Everyone loves the bobsled bonanza theme, you know? Classic. All of these jalapenos for like no reason. Can't even see my cursor, there's so many flaming peas on the lawn. Alright, goodbye everything. Collect all the coins. And there's Sea Shroom. You know, they used to call me the Fog Man, because I would hang out in the fog and jump out at people. Those were the days. Alright, I need to be right back. I will be right back. Alright, then yeah. This here, the co-op I think is new to console versions. The Versus mode, did exist in the old console versions. Play. But I actually played a lot of the Versus mode as a kid, because the Versus mode was also in the DS version of Plants vs. Zombies. I'm gonna bring Twin Suns just for fun and see how that goes. Yeah. So here it come. Yep, and then this, for some reason, this one only has the Horde version. But the other thing... I don't know. I don't know what the hell they think they're doing with the music in this. It's stupid. I did not mean to put that there. The fog was always, I think, the hardest levels for me as a kid. I always used to never look forward to doing the fog levels. We can keep placing these down, though. Here comes the yak in the box. Alright, let me see. Alright, well, you did that. I feel like if I just let all the lawnmowers go, it's fine, right? Yeah, it's fine. Actually, wait, this is not fine. Hold on. Hold on, things are actually fucking up right now, hold on. Bro. Because I don't have the pool cleaners, that doesn't work. And I can't see where the zombies are in the fog, and I killed them all too fast. Alright, plan turn. Shoutouts to Plantern. I do think a twin sun at night sounds like a funny idea. But this is not. No, this is not the stuff that I need right now. You can't be using that, so I'm not gonna use that. I need something with a little bit more oomph. We're gonna get there. Alright, now I can actually see a little. I don't have any back shooters, so I don't know why I have the sun shrooms the way I have them set up right now. Alright, this is still fine. Can speed this up more. Placing more puff shrooms down. How about we don't do that? How about we don't do that? What the hell's going on there? Okay. This is certainly a way to play this level right now. Turn around. You get squashed. Stop. Don't kill that. Fuck. Don't kill that. Don't kill that. Don't kill that. Alright, there we go. Chug along. Cactus. Okay, well that was the last zombie in the level with a lawnmower. You can't tell me that's not what that was. Like if I go back to main menu, go to achievements, defeat the last zombie in a level with a lawnmower. That you can't tell me that's not what I did just now. But okay. Gonna need lily pads. And this. I'm checking the achievements list one more time. I could have sworn that there was a thing for, like, completing, a night thing without using any pea shooters as well. And, like, I feel like they took that out of the game, and my brain is not processing that they took it out of the game, and I just want confirmation. So I'm sorry that I keep doing that. Also, I keep missing Penny Pincher. Complete a level using only explosive plants. I can do that another time. Like, once we start replaying stuff, I can do that. That'll be a lot easier to do. Words. Words and things. No, stop it. Get rid of that. I think that'll work fine. We got a zombie down here. I might need to slow the game down more, because picking up 30 coins is not a hard thing to do. It's just that I keep missing them. Because of the speed up. But look at me who didn't fucking grab. Alright, we're gonna hope... Here, slow it down again. Didn't notice that I didn't re-grab, lily pad, so I don't have anything in the damn, water here for cactus. So we're gonna hope that I don't actually need that. I feel like these levels up... Well... You know what, I'm actually gonna have to restart a level because I didn't see. And of course, the only balloon zombie that shows up in the level happens to go over the water. So let's try that one more time. Cactus. Okay. We just won't go for Tangle Kelp. Not buying that last seed slot is actually messing with me now. Because that's the thing I normally buy when I play this game. I actually want to slow this down slightly. So So I can focus on getting the defense out first. At least on like 1.5 times, that'll be good. Let's see. Down. Okay, now you're over there. That's just going to be getting through the defenses, which is going to be annoying. I haven't been placing sea shrooms down at all because I forgot that I had them. Genuinely. I've just been focusing on doing the cactus. And you are there. Hold on. Delete, 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 delete. So kill the last zombie at a level with a lawnmower. That's what I'm about to do again. Clover. There we go. I don't know why it didn't work before. So I typically only ever use Blover. I never use Planted once I unlock Blover. Let me try and be, like, actually careful with what I'm doing. I'm gonna try and not use Cactus because I have Blover. I don't need both. We can just be using Scaredy Shroom for attacking. Grab Doom Shroom because it's funny. And if I can get something expensive, I could just get, like, something else. I don't actually need that much sun, realistically. Talnut could also work to stop them. There's a lot of different counters. Alright, so let's get to work! Like, I'm not that scared of the stuff coming out in the water if I just have Blover. If there's any, like, other zombies that show up there. I didn't grab Lily Pad again because I'm really smart. But I think Sea Shroom can take it. And then I can start blowy joeying the fog away. And we'll have plenty of sun. never mind. Hold on, wait. Never mind. Wait. I fixed it. Hold on, they were getting a little bit too nasty with it. The fog is still scary. I'm actually kind of scared of those. Wait a second. It's literally all my fault that I'm scared of them because I didn't place things properly. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Did they just not do enough damage compared to normal puff shrooms? Like, what the hell's the matter with these guys? Alright, I made that difficult for no reason. Taco! The taco. What are you doing with a taco? You found my magic taco. I must give you $1,000 for it. Yes, the taco is mine. Why'd I give you so much money for a taco? Because I'm crazy. Did the thing clip off the top of the screen? I think the pot clipped off the top of the screen because like there's a layer on top of the tree and it like went in a weird way. Take a look around my shop. You'll notice I got some new items in stock. I can buy the 8th seed slot now, but now I really want Cattail even though I can't use it. By the time I have enough money for Cattail, I won't have it. I should have just not bought this. I forgot Cattail is unlocked in the main story. Alright, well, 8th seed slot it is then. We're gonna get that. Has there always been a 9th seed slot in PvZ1? I forget. Like, that doesn't seem right. I'm gonna check. PvZ seed slots. No. There were 9 seed slots, but there was a 10th seed slot in almost every version. The 10th seed slot was not in the iOS, Android, and Nintendo DS versions, but like Steam and the console versions had a 10th seed slot. That's kind of interesting. Maybe this game has a 10th seed slot too. Me and my buddy, Harvey Flaxcaster, used to break vases when we were bored. Now, Harvey's out of town, so you're coming with me, Harvey number 2. Break it like you made it, Harvey. Welcome to Vase Breaker. You. Why did the pea shooter get placed there? I didn't do that. The controls for this are strange compared to how they normally are. Man, you broke those vases nice and good. Broke them like the time I broke my back digging through those trash cans. I bought some more vases. Gotta be careful on breaking them too fast, though. You don't want to end up with more zombies than you can handle. Alright, so it's just like when you break something and it has a plant in it, it just starts going. Weird, okay. But you can also use the A button to break these, and not just the Y button, which is why I was getting confused. No, you can spam them, it's fine. Alright, this should be the last of them. Break those and you'll be all done. So really that can just be there. This will be fine, you can deal with that. You're a bucket head, the bucket can deal with that. Who needs to not spam them when you can spam them? And Split Pea, everyone's favorite plant. One of my least favorite plants to ever exist. I don't care for Split Pea, but it's mandatory for what's to come right now, at least. Alright, well. Puff Shroom, Lily Pad, Blover. Sun Shroom, Scaredy Shroom, Split Pea. Maybe not Scaredy Shroom, if we have Split Pea. Split Pea, Squash, Doom Shroom, Ice Shroom. Like, this is literally all basics except for the minor zombie. So, I don't need to go do too crazy. See you down there. And I can fight this. It'll be fine. I'm gonna need to be placing stuff in the water to shoot. Oh, the puzzle mode. Yippee. Here comes this guy. We're actually gonna just hook you with a squash, I think. Is Split Pea supposed to look like that with the repeater side eyes closed? No. I knew that looked not correct. For some reason, the repeater side of the Split Pea has its eyes closed for no reason. That's very cool of you, I think. I'm curious if Retro Pea Shooter applies to Split Pea. It does not. And Starfruit. Alright, so we're gonna want Split Pea. Actually, I could bring Starfruit instead of Split Pea. They give you Split Pea, and then they give you Starfruit, which I think Starfruit is just better Split Pea, actually. Let's just bring Starfruit. I mean, it doesn't do Repeater in the back, but it hits multiple lanes. So I think that's still fine. Blover. Puff Shroom. What's-his-face? Do this. Ice Shroom. Doom Shroom. I think that's fine. Yeah, because I'm going to be using Starfruit as an attacker. Alright, yeah. This is a good loadout. This is fine. I do think World 4 is the hardest world in the game. I think it's harder than the roof. Meanwhile, I don't know where the zombie's coming from. I'd love to be able to see it. Looking to where I hope I'm doing the right thing at all times. Gotta start getting Starfruit. I, like, never ever use Starfruit, and I feel like I should more often. I don't know what's on screen, so we're doing that. Alright, let's start Blovering so I can see. I only like to start using Blover when I actually have extra sun to spend. Worth it to be able to see so that you guys can also see the game. And now we just gotta do this. Oh, cool. Audio bug where the Jack-in-the-Box zombie doesn't have a Jack-in-the-Box sound, so you can't know that it's coming if the fog is up. Isn't that really cool? That's a really good one. Alright, we can speed this up. And goodbye. Pumpkin. And here comes Pogo Zombie. I don't even feel like I want Pumpkin. This is a Talnut kind of level. This is Puff Shroom, Blover, Talnut. Scaredy Shroom. Sun Shroom. Squash. Doom Shroom for funny. I don't really need anything else. Oh yeah, Lily Pad. That's probably important. Lily Pad's still probably an important plant to bring. Beds. I want to be getting this stuff out first. And let's start focusing Scaredy Shroom. I really don't need that much more sun. I think we're gonna be just fine. I love cheap nighttime pea shooters. Oh no! Well, that's the first actual lawnmower loss. That wasn't on purpose. 1.5 times, that guy bounces real quick on it. He's bouncing on it real quick. I didn't think he'd be bouncing on it that quick. I didn't even hear him coming. Is that another audio bug? That would be really cool if it was. I'm not making the same mistake again. No, I think I just didn't hear him. I think maybe I had the sound effects too low to not hear him. I don't know. And there's a Magnet Shroom. Alright, now it's pulling out all the stops. Puff Shroom, Lily Pad, Blover, Tallnut. Magnet Shroom is a counter to the buckets as well, so we'll take Magnet Shroom. Squash. Doom Shroom. Sun Shroom. I obviously need Sun Shroom, so that's gonna be that. But then I don't have another attacker. Too many plants I want to bring. Doom Shroom's not necessary, I just kind of have it for fun. I don't see any Digger Zombies, so Scaredy Shroom can also work as a shooter. If I'm going to be ripping off the buckets and stuff. Yeah, alright. This level's, like, actually genuinely hard. It's also even worse when I put all my stuff this far away on the deck. For, like, no reason at all. that. I need more sun out. I want to be getting what I want to be getting out. Let's start using blowover. This is worth it. No, you don't. Start getting magnet shrooms. I'm always gonna have enough sun for that. Stop it. Everything is okay. I think we can speed it up 2 times. That was a mistake. Okay, yeah, the thing goes by so fast that I missed another coin. Alright, I know a way we're gonna be able to get that achievement done. It's just not gonna be for a while if I keep speeding up. Hello, this is your mother. Please come over to my house for meatloaf. Leave your front door open and your lawn unguarded. Sincerely, Mom. Not the zombies. Alright. Why'd it get so dark all of a sudden? This can't be good. Oh well, hope you survived the night. Imagine playing the blackout level with the speed up turned on. I feel like the photosensitivity on this is actually kind of worse than the original. Like, that looks really bad. Hold on. Start game share. There's a game share feature. I can game share this. I didn't even notice that was there. Can I not see more detailed options from here? Like, options. No, these are the only options. Okay. Well, I guess photosensitivity warning, because that just looks really awkward and bad compared to how the original was. Like, I kind of don't like looking at this effect. We're gonna put these, like, further up. I'm gonna get a cactus in each lane. Fine. Lover's not necessary right now. to just get more plants in my list here. Here comes everything else. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine now. No, I'm gonna put it on 1.5 so I don't miss any money. I'm gonna hope I already didn't miss money. I actually don't know if I did. These guys dropped a lot of money. And there's Cabbage Pulse. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Those guys dropped a lot of money, so I got it. There's Penny Pincher, so never mind. We don't have to worry about that anymore. The greatest song to grace humanity is here. Whoa, they even found the way onto your roof. Oh, there's some persistent zombies, dude. You'll need to use some Cabbage Pulse to your roof angle. Remember that, and you're good to go. You know what? I appreciate this. This is clever. How they have a telephone pole in the way so you can't see where the zombies are coming from. That's a good attention to detail. We're going to do the no cabbage pulp thing. I like to do that on level 1, so this is going to be pretty much repeaters. I'm going to put, like, pumpkins over the repeaters. And then everything else really is not necessary at all. Because I don't even think I can use torchwoods or anything like that. This is just, I'm gonna not pick cabbage pulp. And, be fine. Actually, what if I only used explosions here and got 2 at once? Wouldn't that be something? You know what? I'm gonna try it. Why not? And the thing with Graze the Roof as well, it's only the Horde version of Graze the Roof and not the original, which I do like the Horde version, but, like, come on. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. I'll let you hear the normal version. I can totally do this. This is totally doable. I might have to jalapeno and cherry bomb this, though, which would be bad. We're gonna hope that comes in. Yeah, that did come in. I'm gonna put this up here, and then I can cherry bomb the both of these. That's still fine. Okay, you're a bitch. I mean, I guess it's fine if they bite into these. It's not ideal. There we go. This is gameplay right here. Alright, so this is going to be one of these. I'm going to need to slop all over this right here. Actually, this might not be possible. I don't know. Alright, give me this. There we go. This guy runs into this, and then I have a potato mine in the back. And there you have it. Only explosive plants. I'll defeat a roof level without a catapult. There we go. I was going to say, did it not show both at once? And Pyromaniac. 2 achievements at once. No cabbage pults. Other stuff. Hey, neighbor. Got some new items for sale. Roof cleaner. I think the roof cleaner will be necessary because those are roof lawnmowers. So if I fuck up at any point, it would be bad. So we will get the roof cleaners. And also, gold magnet and spike rocks are now available, which we will get at some other point. Alright, sun. Twin sun. Cabbage pult. We're gonna get repeaters for the front. Pumpkins on top of them. Squashes. And jalapenos. And this is totally fine. Everything is okay. Got this cabbage pult. I need to be placing some pots up here. Okay. That's a bit rude of you to do that. And then I can start putting repeaters at the top. Everything is okay. That's rude. I don't like that. That's fine. You can come in and take them. And we can speed them up to 2.5. don't particularly need more.
This and swap that lane. And there's Colonel Bolt. Now's where it starts to get more serious. I think it's worth getting some bombs. I don't think I'll need repeater at all. This is fine. We're gonna speed this up nice and quick like. Which actually that's a little bit too fast right now. I didn't mean to place that there, but that's just how it's gonna be. That's how the symmetry is gonna be. And here comes Colonel Bolts. I didn't want to put that there either, but that's just there now. And I want to get more Colonel Pulse out. They're very important. You are going to get squished. I think we can just kind of let this roll for the rest of the level. That's bothering me that that's there. Trust me, it is under control. It is under control. Coffee bean. A classic plant that lets you use mushrooms in the day, except that's not relevant in PvZ2, because they work all the time. Okay. Do I want to use Coffee Bean? The reason why they give you a Coffee Bean here is so you can use a Hypno Shroom on the football zombies. Or the Magnet Shroom. I think that they want you to use Magnet Shroom here. Magnet Shroom's definitely more important, so let's do that. And I think we'll be fine here. Twin Sun is not that necessary right now. I've grown accustomed to the music being sped up. I don't hate it as much as I did when I started the stream. I'm focusing on the gameplay now. We're gonna squash that. I'm pretty sure the head crabs count as bucket heads. I think the magnet shrooms can be put, like, a little bit further up. Just to say that I put that there. Everything is going according to the plan. I think I just want more cabbage. Not cabbage, kernel. Just to stall everything down. I have even more magnet shrooms because I don't have anything else to place. It'll stand a chance coming in. I guess just stockpile and place cabbage. There's 3 flags to this level. Now I can just focus placing pumpkins down instead. I don't need sun for anything else. And once again, imagine for a moment you're playing the original, and you have to spend another, like, 5 minutes on this next flag without the speed up. And you pretty much have your whole strategy figured out. That's go liquid. Do that. Alright. It's fine. The Zen Garden. It's here. The best part of the game. Hey, check it out. You found a watering can. In honor of this occasion, I present you your very own Zen Garden. I'll even start you off with a couple of sprouts. Grow them to full size and they'll reward you nicely. Have fun. I would be constantly in the Zen Garden as a kid in the DS version. I think in the DS version, you're only allowed to have, like, multicolored marigolds, if I remember correctly. But in the Steam version, you can have, like, every single possible plant, I think. I don't remember what version it was. I remember there was a version of the game where you have to do that. And now we get the fertilizer for free. That's all you can do for now. Check back later when the plants need more nurturing. I had tried to make sure I had, like, a Zen Garden, like, filled with, like, one of every kind of plant in the game. I used to have so much stuff in the Zen Garden as a kid. Zen Garden's pretty nifty, huh? You can visit it at any time from the main menu. But enough of that. It's time to defend your house. I have to warn you. You are gonna hate this next level. Why? Because it's non-stop bungee zombie after bungee zombie. I hate those confounded budgies. I hate them. I hate them with a passion and a vengeance. And whoop-de-doo, here come these idiots now. The foreshadowing. I don't remember him saying that or being so aggressive. Oh, this is the non-stop chomper placing level. I'm kind of indifferent to this gimmick. This has always been, like, kind of a lame thing, I think. This is just your spam chomper. This is how you play Big Wave Beach. Is you spam chompers. Didn't mean to put that there. Stop doing that. Gonna wait for all the chompers to be done. Not what I tried to place there. You're not gonna bite that? Okay. If you say so. And now we wait. That's rude. Now we just kind of wait. I feel like they could have done something better for the roof stuff. Isn't Garlic supposed to have eyebrows? Is he supposed to look like that? Yeah. I didn't imagine that. He's supposed to have eyebrows. Where'd his eyebrows go? I think the sprite in the game doesn't have eyebrows, but the official artwork does have eyebrows. Weird. Garlic is a plant I do not care for and don't use very often. I use it in very specific strategies in, like, Last Stand, and that's about it. So we will not be picking Garlic. I mean, what else do I realistically need here? It's not a lot. Like jalapeno. If I really wanted to, I could plant stuff really high up with, like, repeaters again. I think I'll just grab pumpkin and be fine. I have an extra slot. Literally, I don't know and don't care. I don't need to be placing these sunflowers that far back, actually. Start with Colonel. Actually, maybe don't start with Colonel. It all depends on the RNG of the kernel pult. I say as I place even more kernel pults down. Everything's gonna be okay. I've got it all under control. That's not where I wanted to put that, but that's where it's going. And you're gonna have to deal with it. We'll just spam cabbage for damage. It is the dive rocket launcher. Relax, I'll handle it. I am the angry pumpkin. Good. Just keep putting cabbage bolts down. That is the level. I solved it. Give me those. Swap them. Umbrella leaf is a plant that I actually do enjoy using during roof levels. I typically incorporate that into my stuff so I don't have to keep placing things down over and over. So I will grab umbrella leaf. I'd say that I could bring magnet shroom just cause. It's really gonna only be effective against the ladders and that's it. But for these levels, I don't really have anything else I logistically want to bring with me, so there's that. Like, I could bring squash if I really wanted. I don't think this one's gonna be a squash level, though. You know, were you ever always a pea shooter or attackers in the back or attackers in the front? Or I should say, like, sunflowers in the back, sunflowers in the front. Because for all of my Plants vs. Zombies playing as a kid, I would always have, like, 1 to 2, typically only 1. I used to play this game with only one column of sunflowers in the back, and that's it. Well, this is going to be a very scuffed setup here. And then once I started playing PvZ2 mods, I was always told to start putting the sunflowers in the front. And that's what I've, like, done ever since. But, like, for just a brief moment as I was placing this down, I was having some, like, nostalgia in my brain of being like, hey, this is how you're supposed to play this level. It's like, wait, now I can do it a little bit differently this time. Place more sun down. And we're gonna want umbrella leaf, like, right here. don't eat that. Thank you. Alright, my umbrella leaf is secure. Umbrella leaf completely negates the catapults. I know those can just die. Boing. Boing. Alright, we can do 2.5 times. Like, the strategy is already set, and there's another, like, 5 minutes left of this level if you were playing it on normal speed. It's like, we are all good. Like, I don't need anything else right now. Try and collect coins when they show up. Everything else will just play itself automatically. Goodbye, catapults. Boing. And goodbye, marigold. I feel like the marigold looks slightly off. I feel like the mouth is just ever so slightly more open than normal. Otherwise, I guess it's fine. And here come the big guns, everybody. Gargantuar! How do we want to deal with it? It's really literally only basics and cones and then Gargantuar, so it's not that scary. I forget if Umbrella Leaf counters the Imp Throw. I really don't remember. I don't think I'll bring Umbrella Leaf. However, I will grab Doom Shroom for funsies. And then Jalapeno. Actually, nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. Marigold is free money. I should just bring this for free money. Cherry Bomb, I suppose. As a kid, I was definitely deathly afraid of Gargantuar, the same way I was afraid of other things from my youth. Such as, like, the Water Wraith and Man-at Legs from Pikmin 2. But I have played so much PvZ, and so much PvZ2 modded content, that they really don't scare me anymore. I love being able to face my fears. Which is to say, I don't like facing my fears at all. I'm gonna turn off the things now. At least the 8-bit the retro zombie that can get turned off. We need to take things seriously. They can still keep their funny glasses, though. We're gonna squash you, I think. I just don't have anything else for that right now. Like, in PvZ2, they throw Gargantuars at you like it's nothing. Like, level 8 of a world in PvZ2 gives you a Gargantuar to fight. Like, you're fighting a Gargantuar within the first hour of that game. Let's not do that, please. May as well focus on getting some free money. There's a problem with this, though. Here comes Garg already. Except we can just do that. Oh, he only throws the imp 3 tiles ahead of him? Not to the third area? That was a thing in PvZ1? I don't remember that. I'm so used to the PvZ2 mechanic because I just thought that was always a thing where he just always throws the imp to column 3. But no, I guess that's not the case. Alright, well, I'm just on the lookout for money now. Literally replace my sunflowers with marigolds, who cares? I actually really enjoy doing this on console because I can just move the cursor all around and not have to manually click on everything, so I can just drag it around and it'll just automatically collect the coins for me. Slow it down for a sec, just so we can squash. And goodbye. You think I'm scared of a Gargantuar now? You think I could ever be scared of a Gargantuar now? And there's Melon Pulse, the final unlockable plant in this story, because there's one level left until the end. This speed up is so great because it cuts 2 whole hours off of the game. By the time we beat the next level, I would be like 3.5 hours into the stream. And again, my Plants vs. Zombies repainted playthrough from 5 years ago took like 5.5 hours to 6 hours total. Like, it's cutting so much time off of everything, and it's so nice. Honestly, I think instead of cabbage, I should just bring kernel and then melon. And then twin sunflower for that. Squash, jalapeno, and umbrella leaf. I think we'll be fine with dealing, like, not having magnet shroom for everything else. I think melon pulp can kind of just wreck house. We will be sure to get everything.
We can do it. Let me get my umbrella leaves out so I don't have to think about them. Alright, cool. And now we can grind for melon pulse. You're gonna eat a couple things here, but I'm fine with that. I am not scared of it. I bet I can just mash that. Really cool how there's just no Jack-in-the-Box zombie noise. Boing. And then what I'd like to do is actually put kernels here. Literally, screw it. Just, like, put them up here. Why the hell not? Just fill the whole board with them. I can afford to put these here. There's no reason to not be putting them there. I feel like I've never played Plants vs. Zombies 1 better than this. I'm surely put all of my funny skills to the test. And then you think you scare me? Well, you do when you do that. I didn't get my thing out. Didn't even have to. The melon pulse just did enough damage. And here it comes. Oh, he's using a zombie as a club. That's a rare thing to have happen. Alright, goodbye. He's just gone. He's just gone.
Homeowner, you have failed to submit to our rightful claim. Be advised that unless you comply, we will be forced to take extreme action. Please remit your home and brains to us forthwith. Sincerely, Dr. Edgar Zombos.
Uh-oh, he's here. Better get ready. It's gonna be one heck of a fight. Listen, I think I know what his weakness is. You have to hit him in the pancreas. No, that was a different guy. You have to kick him in the, You have to press up, up, down, down, left, right. Wait, I remember. It's...
Brainiac Maniac. I don't want to speed this up just yet. Just because the music is too good. Also, he doesn't have a fucking health bar, by the way. That's something I saw in people playing this game early. Dr. Zombos just doesn't have a health bar for some reason. You know, the thing that lets you keep track of how much HP he has and how long the fight's going on for? He just doesn't have a health bar in this game now. Because that's really cool. I think that's, like, a really important thing they're missing. Stop that from happening, please. I kind of want to hold on to some of these pots for when bad things happen later on in the fight. Stop moving, please. Give me that. Stop that. Throw it down. I need you to not be doing what you're currently doing. And now we're getting melons. You need to stop moving. Oh, something I saw there. I just noticed it. I saw when people were looking at the files of this game. Dr. Zombos, the Zombot here, just doesn't even have a graphic, for some reason, for shooting the ice balls. Like, his eyes are supposed to flash red when he's throwing out a flame ball, and are supposed to flash blue when he's throwing out an ice ball. And the blue eyes graphic is just not in the game for this. I'm seeing a lot of the things that are wrong with this. Like, yeah, he just doesn't have blue eyes there, so you just don't know he's about to do that. Unless you just, you know, see the attack come out. This fight's actually better to not speed up, but... At least you can see the battle damage still on the armor. But it's just still lame that some of that stuff is just not in the game. That's actually not that devastating of an RV throw. That was good RNG on that. I misplaced the thing there because of the speed up. This is one of the songs in the game that does not sound that good sped up. Okay. I don't feel like I've ever seen him do that stomp attack before. Boom. Triple. And then slow him down.
Like, see, he has red eyes for doing that. And that's it. Just pump him full of jalapenos at the end. Almost doesn't feel as climactic when you can't see the health bar, but that's it. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. Home lawn security, complete adventure mode. Congratulations, you have most triumphantly fended off the zombie attack. Your lawn is safe. For now. Okay, you win. No more eating braids to focus, for us. We just want to make a music video with you now. Sincerely, the zombies. Certainly you haven't fucked up zombies on our lawn. Oh, that's cute. It has the 3D environment like the promotional stuff for this game. One, two, three. It's funny to put it on a little CRT, but then it's not full screen with the rest of the game. I guess they kept the original music video and didn't remake the music video. Tall, dark, and dead, you wanna bite all the petals off of my head, and then eat the brains of the one who planted me here. I'm just a sunflower, but see, but me and Howard Tire Infantry. We like the taste of brains, we don't like zombies. I used to play football. Road cones protect my head. I have a screen door shield. We are the undead. I wonder if this gets you, like, copyright claimed on YouTube. Probably not. It's Laura Shigihara. She doesn't care.
I like a tricycle. There's butter on my head. I'm gonna eat your brain. We are the undead.
The background looks different. Maybe they did remake the music video. Because the bushes and stuff are there. Maybe they had a special one for, like, the other console versions out there. Cattail. Bloom and Doom Records. Laura Shigihara. Zombies on your lawn. Oh? Oh, then they have, like, an actual credit sequence. Eepy Sunflower. So far, my first impressions of this is there's very obviously some visual bugs and some audio bugs that I don't know why they're in the game. Like, again, Plants vs. Zombies has been out since 2009. All of the stuff is right there. All they need to do is just take the game and then make the game again. Like, I don't know how all that stuff is so bad at the moment. I think it's very silly that they have confirmed that they're, you know, going to be patching the game and stuff, but, like, why wasn't it, like, patched to start with? Like, why wasn't the game, like, good to start with, you know? There's kind of no reason for it to be the way it is in the way that it currently is, you know? Like, I don't understand why it is the way it is. I will be seeing the new content eventually. I am very tired. I like to stay up at night, But I didn't really go to sleep that much, because the day I'm streaming this, Masahiro Sakurai had the Kirby Air Riders Direct 2 happen at 9 a.m. So, I was up for that, and then I watched that on YouTube. I streamed that on YouTube earlier. And then I took, like, a very short nap of, like, 3.5, 4 hours. It was not a very good nap. So I'm still quite tired at the moment. I will be playing more of this, obviously, but as just playing this right now, I'm fine with just playing through the adventure mode, and I'll play through the rest of the stuff very soon. It's more PvZ for us to play. We don't need to play through all of it, you know, right away. I don't like to play through things as fast as possible. I like to take my time with the game. Also, the normal fucking Brasswalk music was here in the credits the whole time. Because now it's switching to the Horde music. I was just talking and not even paying attention to that. The goddamn normal music for Grasswalk is right there. It's in the game. It's in the credits. Why doesn't it play during actual levels? Also, I feel like this is a semi-lazy sequence. It's just a sunflower animation that doesn't normally exist, which is a cute animation. They could have put something else here, too. Some other plants doing some other animations and stuff. I don't want to, like, skip the rest of the credits. I like to give the people who worked on this the credits that they deserve, I suppose. There's still people who worked on the game and they did things. They did say in marketing that they never used AI, like generative AI for stuff. But if you watch the trailers for this, there's very obviously generative AI in the promotional videos for this. And a bunch of other random stuff that doesn't make sense as well. Like, in the Dr. Zomboss fight, they were using, like, sunflowers and scaredy shrooms. Like, what the fuck was that about? So it doesn't just go away? The credits just don't go away. They make you press the back button. You unlock new modes. Adventure Plus mode has been unlocked. Bigger challenge, especially with Dave's help. Rest in Peace mode has been unlocked. You've only got one brain, so even one loss means it's over. So here in... Is it in Puzzle? Okay, Puzzle's just all this. It's Vase Breaker and iZombie. Survival is still all the normal survival stuff here. And then... I guess, is it in Adventure? You've unlocked a new mode. Cloudy day levels have been unlocked. Plant sparingly and hold out with the until the rains come. Unlocked a new mode, Limbo levels. You've now been locked away since 2009. This content is this is the content the man didn't want you to see. RIP Adventure. In Rest in Peace mode, you only get one chance to try and complete all the levels. You also only get one random mower. Lose any level, and your run is over permanently. There's also the information on all the other things here. I will be doing RIP mode, since that is new content. I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, normal adventure with that stuff there. I think it also has the Crazy Dave Picks Your Plants For You thing as well. So I will be playing RIP mode later. I want to take a look at that. Stop doing that. Turn it off. Okay, it's not letting me turn it off. No, there we go. Okay, no, I just clicked day or night, and it goes to that. RIP mode's a different thing. And then bonus levels. These are even more things. I think Big Time was a thing that was in a different game. I don't remember. But there's all of these. These are just completely... I don't know if these are completely brand new. I do know there was a lot of extra content that was going to be in the original Plants vs. Zombies that eventually got scrapped. And I think these might be those, plus some new things, so it is some new content to play. And then Cloudy Day mode. Cloudy Day is 12 levels long. Cloudy Day, I believe, is... sunflowers don't work very often. That was even like a thing in like in PvZ2 Altverse actually, with the Crimson Front levels, where like sometimes it can start like making it so that like it stops like putting sun on the ground or something like that. And even in the PvZ2 Collided stuff I was playing in Renaissance Realm, it can become day and become night in those levels, so like sun will stop dropping for like half the level. That's kind of what these are. So I will be playing these later on, so that's even more extra content to play. And then there's obviously all of the mini-games. I will be replaying all the mini-games for the first time in many years very soon, and all the puzzle stuff. What I think I want to do next time I play this game is I want to specifically focus on doing all the puzzle levels and all the minigame levels at once. That way I can get a bunch of money from beating all of these, and then we can start buying the rest of the plants in the game, and then I can start doing the other main things like survival and RAP adventure. I think that makes more sense to me. I also never went into the almanac. What's this green thing? Oh, that's this. Okay. Am I able to, like, zoom in on this stuff? So some of this is actual concept art from the thing. I believe these are actually real. This is, like, real concept art from a very, very, very early build of Plants vs. Zombies. However, I'm looking at some of these, and I saw people were looking at these, and I think they, like, AI upscaled these too. Because, like, the number 9 there, I saw people were saying the number 9 looked kind of off on this. Like, it looks very blurry and wrong. I do know this is an early thing. There was going to be, like, an Ice World thing, the Ice level, the dreaded Ice level. This is, like, some really old-school PvZ lore. There was going to be this Ice level thing that got scrapped. And the game was going to go through many different names. It was originally going to be called, like, Lawn of the Dead and several other different things. And then they eventually settled on, like, instead of, like, Bloom and Doom or Lawn of the Dead, they settled on Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know what's going on here. These are, like, weird versions of the Marigolds and Sunflower here. But some of these other bits of concept art, I'm not... Like, I'm a big PvZ fan, but there's a lot of PvZ content that I have missed over the years. So, like, you know, I said I've never played Garden Warfare, and I don't know anything about, like, Garden Warfare's development and stuff like that. And there's people who are bigger super fans of the series than I am. The whole thing with this remaster, Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, is that they didn't get the original creators of the game to come back to make this game. It's made by, like, an entirely different team. And it was confirmed that, like, when this was being first revealed, saying there's gonna be concept art and stuff in this game, the original artist for Plants vs. Zombies, you know, the guy who made all of the artwork in the game, who no longer works at PopCap, he was like, I don't know what concept art they're getting. I never gave them any. I don't know where they're going to get the concept art from, because they don't have any concept art for Plants vs. Zombies. So I think a lot of this stuff is, from what I have heard, like, a lot of this stuff says, like, Rich. I want to see, I forget his name off the top of my head. I want to say it was, like, Rich Werner. That's the name I want to come up with right now. Yeah, Rich Werner, the artist for PvZ. I'm looking at stuff. He's even playing this remaster right now, and he's looking at some of the art. And he's saying it's bad. But still. He had come out and said even recently, when people were, like, leaking all of this stuff, that this isn't him. Like, he didn't draw this. Like, it says his name on there, but he didn't draw it. So some of this art is, I think, from, like, publicly available, like, an art book or something that used to exist. Some of this art is just straight up, like, concept art from, like, the Garden Warfare games or other PvZ material. And people were saying that just straight up some of this stuff is just, like, literally just fake. like, fake concept art. Like, they faked concept art to put in the concept art gallery for this. Because they don't have the original art. I think this one in specific was talked about a lot. Like, this is fake concept art. Like, it's even got a fake coffee stain of trying to make it look authentic, of like, oh, someone spilled coffee on the sketch pieces of paper and they scanned them into the game. But no, this is literally fake. As far as I'm aware, anyone watching the stream or, like, in the comments of the video, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm fairly certain they just, like, faked concept art and then put it in the game because they didn't have any. I don't know why they would ever do that. I think this actually looks pretty legit, though. Like, because this game, you know, when this first released, back in the old days, you used to have a disk drive in your computer, and you would put disks in the computer and install games through disks. I used to do that. I had some games I used to do that with a computer where you'd, you know, put disks in. Now we have computers that don't even fucking have USB slots in them to plug in USBs and stuff. And it's like, what are we even doing? See, I don't even know if any of this is real. I don't know what to believe. The Imp and the Jack-in-the-Box zombie look fine, except the Jack-in-the-Box zombie here has, like, facial hair. But that's like a proto-Gargantuar in the back. But I don't even know what to believe anymore. I guess this is iterations of the retro pea-shooter skin. Which, like, fine. And the retro pea-shooter and the retro zombie. And the head crab zombie through different designs. I think this one might be legit, but I don't really know. I feel like I remember seeing something like this in the past. Some more poorly, crudely drawn things. I do remember there was going to be, like, a bee plant, and I feel like I remember seeing a pea shooter like this in the past when I've done digging through, like, Plants vs. Zombies concept stuff in the past. Like, go watch the Lost Bits video. Go watch Tetrabit Gaming. I'm pretty sure he has a Tetrabit Gaming Lost Bits video on the beta of Plants vs. Zombies, and you'll see if a lot of this is legit or not, because I know some of this stuff is legit. Like, there was definitely, like, a bee shooter at some point in development. And then other stuff for this remaster. You can see the Cloudy Day stuff, another sketch, and then House with Dave and Zombie. So, like, some of this is real, some of this is not real. I don't know what to believe and not to believe. The almanac here, I do want to actually, like, read all of these. It's been a really long time since I've read all of the almanac things, but I'll wait till I have everything unlocked to read, and we'll do, like, a big reading of it all. I like to read all the entries in the PvZ2 mods that I play. More specifically, if there's, like, any new zombie types or any new plant types that are in a mod that I play, I like to read those. And it's been well over 5 years. I definitely read these in PvZ Repainted 5 years ago, but they had, like, custom dialogue for the memes and stuff, so I haven't read the originals of these in forever. I did not mean to leave. Actually, we do have all the zombies. These are all the zombies in the game, but we don't have all the plants yet. We can go back to the Zen Garden really quick. This update. This did not update yet. The Zen Garden updates in real time, so I will probably try to remember to come back to this. It'll be another couple days before I play this game again. Before I do that. Let me take a look at the shop again. I will buy the pool cleaners now. We have a bunch of money now. And then we need 20k for the 9-seat slot. Walnut First Aid is here. There's the Imitator, Winter Melon, Cob Cannon. We do want Cob Cannon. That's a lot of money. I don't think Walnut First Aid's that important right now. I'll assess the situation when I come back and play this game again. But so far, that is my first impressions of Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. It needs work. It could obviously be better, but it gets the job done for being Plants vs. Zombies with brand new content. I'm at least glad this exists, because more official Plants vs. Zombies content to play is good. Plants vs. Zombies, the franchise, has been in a rough spot for years. So at least this is gonna do something. Like, at least everyone loves the original game, despite the flaws that this quote-unquote remaster has, you know? I really hate it when people try to make, like, ultimate versions of something, or definitive editions, or remastered versions of things, and then they're actually worse than the original. The one example I can think of off the top of my head is Sonic Colors Ultimate, especially the Switch version of that. That apparently is not a very good port of Sonic Colors, even though they call it Sonic Colors Ultimate. I know there's definitely a few other examples out there of, like, definitive versions of games that have come out and they're not actually that good. I'm trying to think of another. There was one off the top of my head that I was thinking of, and then I forgot about it. But you know the ones. You know what you're talking about. We know what's out there. But for now, this has been Plants vs. Zombies Replanted Part 1, the Adventure Mode. This is all streamed live at twitch.tv/Pokeball35. Link in the description down below. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer. I have been playing Plants vs. Zombies content on the channel for 5 years. I have an entire playlist of every single modded Plants vs. Zombies 2 video that I have on this channel, which, as of this stream happening, I can go to my playlists right now. My every PvZ2 modded highlights is 393 videos. So, you have nearly 400 other Plants vs. Zombies videos to watch in the meantime, so go watch those. It's a big backlog, multiple different mods, Eclipse, Grind 1000, Reflourished, Altverse, Collided, Resonance, Requiem, a whole bunch of other stuff. So check it all out. I've played it all. I just finished the current build to Collided, which the final highlight of that, as of this video going up on YouTube, happened yesterday, so I'll play more Collided when that happens. There's a brand new update that just happened to Resonance that I wasn't expecting to have happen, so there's even more I'm going to play with that eventually. But for now, we're tackling this. So go watch all that, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part to this.